Hello there, Pile One, and thank you for being here. This is your career reading with the Way of the Panda. Of course, I only have the Digifile, which is most likely in my phone. If anyone can print the book out either online or gift the booklet to me, I would truly appreciate it. And I will actually, if you could DM me, I will list a Google email address. I will set that up shortly. And you can communicate with me about any type of donation or collaboration. I welcome other readers. If you want a reading from me, I could do personals. And also, I always say, if you're not feeling very well after a reading, I will always put a disclaimer. You can consider me like an auntie, a friend. Whoops, sorry. This is like a springy kind of holder. I try not to use it all the time because the view isn't always the best. So forgive me. I think I will start moving these over the next time I use this. Anywho, what I was going to say, consider me like a friend or an auntie. I am a professional of sorts. I have a lot of experience. I was in human resources. I was in the medical field. I was a personal trainer. However, I will not be held liable for any medical advice. I will not be giving medical advice, and this is not to be considered of such. This is for entertainment purposes only. And if you are feeling that you are unwell, please seek medical advice from the proper people who can help you in a professional manner. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only, and I would never want anybody to feel hurt or harmed because any of us readers, we just want to be helpful, and we are giving friendly advice, not professional advice. Okay? So here is your reading. And again, this is a collective reading for collective meaning for a number of you, not for individual, but of course, we would hope that it resonates personally to you. And if you want a personal reading, I will give fair prices, and it would depend upon how many cards are drawn. If it's just a general cover cross reading in this manner, that takes about, let's say, half an hour or so. I would say it's starting at about $25, and we can go from there. And of course, if it runs about an hour or so, up to 2 hours, then of course the price would be different. So I will post my email address, and we could talk about private readings. And I will do up to about 5 to 10 readings a week, depending upon my availability, because I do other work and I do have young children to tend to as well. Praying all stays healthy. This is the summer months on the East Coast, and I hope you are all well too, and your families are doing well. Thank you all for being here. And with that said, let's start our reading. I shuffled and laid out the cards as I hope you had seen, and also, I hope you've seen there's nothing contrived. This looks like a very nice reading for your career reading. It could be career or work, however you want to see it. Career meaning there's something that you do for your vocation, for what you had hoped on doing and studied for, and work meaning what you do for a living. And it could be both one and the same, or what you're doing temporarily, or what you plan on doing for the rest of your life. So we have a 10 of Pentacles, meaning 10 coins, which is also hopefully meaning the foundation of your work or something to do for longevity. 2 of Cups can also mean a recent offer had come to you, or maybe you were looking for something that actually provided a recent offer for you. I'm just going to go through the cards real quick and then let you know what I see as a reading altogether. So 9 of Cups means in your current situation, being that it is in reverse, is that you are in a very happy place. There is no position that a 9 of Cups would ever be a negative reading ever. However, being in a reverse position may be temporary happiness. So maybe you were invited to a party or a situation and you kind of didn't want to go, or maybe it wasn't what you thought it was, and or maybe there was like rain or something like that, or the weather wasn't that great. So it was a happy occasion, but there was just something like maybe a little bit of a overcast about it. Or maybe there was kind of, it was a great occasion, but maybe there were people that you would have rather not seen there. There was just like maybe a little tinge of something there that just overshadowed the feeling for you. But overall, it was a happy, very happy occasion. Again, 9 of Cups is never negative. 5 of Pentacles means, 5s always mean change, and that actually brings me to the angel number. The angel number, meaning that I had spun on the die before in the intro, was a total of 5. So 5 and 5 of Pentacles, it kind of rings true for this. And that would mean changes are coming. So either you are changing jobs or changing careers, or there is some kind of competition. Also, the 5 of Coins means that there may be a situation where help was needed, or you might be asked to contribute to a cause. And sometimes it's in your best interest to go along to get along, as they say. If you are being asked to contribute to a cause at work, I suggest to do so. Okay? Even if you're like, I don't care about that. Maybe not have that mentality, especially when you're in a social situation. And sometimes people say, well, I don't like to go with the flow. I don't like to be a sheep. I don't like to, I've known so many people who like to push back and push against the grain. And to be honest with you, it's fine to be a rebel and to have a cause and stand your ground and stuff like that. But when you're trying to, especially when you're new, I'm not saying to be fake, but when you are new in a new situation and you're trying to make friends and be friendly, I'm saying be real, be true to yourself. However, if it's something that you do even remotely care about, do you get anywhere by trying to stand up for yourself, like in such a negative way that if you're asked to donate like $1, $5, I understand maybe if you didn't get paid yet and you have a choice. Do I eat lunch today, or do I, contribute $1? Maybe, yes, buy your lunch, take care of you first, but maybe not have that cookie and give the dollar up. Okay? But of course, if your lunch is $6, and that dollar makes a difference between buying your lunch or contributing the dollar, here's what you could do. You could say, oh, you know what? Can you hold that thought? And I really want to contribute, but I didn't get paid yet. Is it okay if I give it during payday? All it takes sometimes is a little bit of communication. No, I can't right now. Sorry. Because you know what? That gives mixed messages and maybe casts a negative light over the situation. And that might mean the 9 of Cups, you're in a good situation, but maybe something is casting a negative light over. And that could mean maybe that contribution, the lack of communication, maybe that's what's casting that negative light over that happiness. Let's not stand in the way of our own happiness, guys. Okay? Because now we have a Tower moment coming. So maybe your actions are causing a reaction. I'm not saying you could prevent everything, but sometimes, let's admit it, our actions, the saying, your thoughts become words and your words become actions. Maybe if I find that, I'll post it today. Okay, if I find that saying, or if someone, you know what, somebody in the comments, why don't, that's your homework for me today. Please post it and write it down, because this is number one way, and it's also good to show our families too. A direct cause and effect, because especially in our workplace where we are trying to be within a community and collaborate and work with other people. I know you know the term networking. You cannot network and build your future. You know, people talk about inflation. You can't get ahead. You can't do this. You can't do that. Okay. We're all trying to do things in order to find security. And what is security? Our foundation, our home. To feed ourselves, right? I was talking about lunch. How are we going to do all of this if we don't know how to communicate? Okay? I don't care if you work remotely or in person. You know, I've noticed since people have been doing more remote work and doing things more remotely or from home or however you want to term it, it doesn't mean that you need to lose that human touch. The reason why I say this is because I've noticed people who aren't even bothering to dress or even brush their hair. Lord knows they're probably not even brushing their teeth. You know, just be careful. Be careful how you're presenting yourself. Because if this is a boss in this type of situation who does care how you are either presenting yourself, how you're speaking, how you're dressing, you know, what if maybe you had your cup of coffee and you're giving a presentation and you spilled your coffee all over everything? Sure, it's an accident, but what was your cup of coffee doing there? Maybe that was your tower moment. Okay? Now, you have the 7 of coins here, which kind of means, you know, rebuilding everything, starting from scratch. But who wants to do that when your foundation was at the very beginning? The 10 of Pentacles, you had it. You were there. Okay? Why do you need to go all the way through this and then start over again? Why are we at the very beginning, at the end of our reading? Okay, now, look at this. The coins are all over the floor. Now here at the bottom of the deck energy, it's the 8 of Pentacles. Just what I said. I didn't even look at this, okay? What is the 8 of Pentacles? You're starting all over again. You are planting seeds. Pentacles, as you always hear other readers say, and I'm sure you watch other readings, they always say the Knight of Coins, right, is the slowest knight. Why? Because he's holding the pentacle, the coin. Pentacles are our foundation. It is the stable. Coins are metal. You know, whichever way you want me to describe it. What a coin is, what that represents is earth energy, the ground on which we stand. So how is it that we were standing at the end of the career, we had this offer, and then all of a sudden, from here to the current to our future, unless it's a plan that you had to change careers, I'm not quite sure what happened. Now I'll say, if it's what you had intended, I commend you for starting over again. But it's going to take a while. because this isn't days or weeks. Coins, you have to be patient, because to let anything grow from scratch, it's going to take a long time, months or years. Okay? So this is your reading for today, and it's not to cause any kind of frustration. It's actually a positive thing, because what do they say? Good things come to those who what? Wait. Let's split this and see what we get. See, Five of Swords. So this tells me either somebody wasn't happy or causing fights or turmoil. This is not a happy situation. So do yourself a favor, guys. There's a term that I like to use, especially when it comes to, when I'm talking to somebody younger than myself. Get out of your own way. The workplace or relationships, it's not a reason, it's not a place to start fights. If you're not happy, don't fight with everybody around you. Don't nitpick. I stand my ground. You can stand your ground. If you're not happy with things, go to Human Resources. If you're not happy with the way things are being done, have a nice talk with your boss. If you feel like you're being underpaid and overworked, renegotiate your contracts, talk about it, but don't take it out on your colleagues. Okay? Because I've seen so many people do that. I actually had been in situations where, if I tell you, when I decided to leave my office work, I worked many years in management, administration, IT, human resources. I was in different fields. They were all related, but many years. I worked over 30 years in professional, even white collar. I worked blue collar and white collar jobs, okay? And now it gives me the rich experience that I can stand here and tell you that no matter what, you treat everybody with respect. I don't care if it's the people who clean the office. I don't care if it's your boss, or if it's the colleague sitting next to you who complains all day. Sure, that might be the person who brings the office down, but you don't know if that's the person who goes home and their spouse does things to them that's emotionally damaging, physically damaging. And you might say, well, why is that my problem? Why? Because you have to look at them every day and they're complaining. Maybe their spouse doesn't let them say or do anything. See, I'm talking about it. The Hangman. Maybe they're not able to go out or do anything. They have nowhere to talk or vent. So they do it at the office. So you know what? Ask your boss if you could wear headphones. There are ways around your trials and tribulations. See, 2 of Wands in reverse. You're thinking of things and you feel stuck. If you feel like your atmosphere is not the right atmosphere, try to communicate first before jumping out of a situation or getting yourself fired or laid off or let go or something. Because the only one you can control is you. The only behavior you control is your own. And if I have anything to say that's worth anything, would be that. Okay? And take it from Auntie Lola while I'm spilling the tea. Because, see, it came out again. 2 of Wands in reverse. So let's see. So I read to you all the cards, but this came out twice. So that's showing me that there's a message in the Two of Wands reverse that wants to come out. So I will read that from the book. And then I'll move on to the next pile. This will be the last part of your reading. Oh, and I'll read you an oracle card. So Two of Wands reverse. At work. Others do not always share your vision or appreciate what things need to be done. Stick to your own agenda. Go it alone. Your own ambitions come head to head with another's. Needed support does not come in time. So that's pretty much what I've been saying. You either that is the reality or that's how you feel. Okay? So let's see about a strategy. In accepting the support of others, you open yourself up to meddling. There are too many cooks in the kitchen. So here's what I will have to say. I'm just looking at the money part, and it says financing falls through at the last moment. Forgive me, I noticed that I rewatch my first readings. Sometimes I'll read and then I'll give you a synopsis of what it says, only to not let the readings be too long. So here's my assessment. You may have had a pet project and you had a suggestion and you weren't funded for it, or the boss or your manager, whoever, take it as it resonates, didn't support what, forgive me. Now I know what fell. So, okay. Now, maybe the boss didn't support your idea and you're, for lack of a better term, you're pissed off. You don't like what came out of that, okay? I'm going to give you some letter tiles. Why? I don't know. I picked it up. I just saw it on the floor. So something tells me this is what you wanted. Now, what happens, what I get from this reading, is you feel unsupported and you ask for something, whether it be a pet project or a change, something, and you weren't supported. And now you're pissed off, so you're going to be griping to everybody who'll listen. You know what? Bad strategy. Because guess what? All that complaining, all it's going to do is get you in trouble. And that is not the way to go. What you need to do is restructure your plan. Think of ways of why the plan failed in the eyes of the beholder. Why was it turned down? Was it too expensive? Was it too time consuming? Do they have enough staff or resources? Think about what it is and try to trim it down. Okay, this is my suggestion. You don't have to take it, but take it as it resonates, as they say. So here's what you could do. Restructure your plan. Only go to your boss with solutions, not problems. I'll say this each and every time if this is what I'm feeling for you. Solutions, not problems. If it's something like a new database, you don't say, I don't like it, I don't want it, I don't feel like using it, so I'm not going to. Because guess where that's going to get you? Nowhere. Okay, so here I'm cleansing this energy because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling the complaining. This is a cinnamon broom. Okay. I tapped the cards. That is also just as good as using sage. When you see me go tap, 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 that's tapping the cards. This is a cinnamon broom. This is also cleansing the area. Okay, now we have your letter tiles. You ready? Get the pen and paper handy. I will be coming out. I am working on my trademark. I think it's almost done. They are adorable. And I will be coming out with stationery. So please do look in. I may be, I don't know if it's going to be available on Etsy. I'll see what forums I'll be putting them on. Once I'm able to, I will be able to put I'll be able to produce cards, writing pads, notebooks, and you can let me know what is it that you would like to see, because I want to make oracle cards. I want to make visionary boards for families, children, or even yourself, and maybe even pets. Let me know what you'd like to see. I would love to accommodate you. So what I was saying is, when it comes to ideas, don't come with problems, come with solutions. I used to do database. Yes, I was the one that used to do those whole database transitions. Can you imagine the complaints? So you know what? Write them down and make suggestions on what changes you think. Write your input. Say, you know what? I noticed that this is doing X, Y, and Z. Maybe if we did it this way. Or can we? Can we do it this way? Just stop complaining. It's just annoying. Okay? Don't be that person. So anyway, we have P, G, X, Z, V, N, VIN. VIN numbers. Is there something wrong with like some data entry stuff with the numbers? So maybe there could be like a thing to look at a number, maybe amplify them a little bit bigger. People could see them before entering them, so that before they go in, so there's less mistakes. B, S, C. Okay? I, E, U are your vowels. There's some double letters, double I's. See, I see you. I see you. They are watching. Okay? Always remember, especially in an office, whatever it is that you do, they can see you. If you're sitting there at your desk, moaning and groaning, B and C, bitching and complaining, they can see you. There are video cameras everywhere. They can see you. Stop making believe that nobody can hear and see you. That's not your audience. That is not the time nor the place. You want to bitch, moan, and complain. Do it at home. But you know what? I'm sure your family would not appreciate that energy either. Okay? You want to do something worthwhile? Sing, dance, go outside, take a walk. You know what? Better yet, invite a friend. If it's real tense at work, invite a friend, go for a walk outside. The weather is getting nicer. How about that? Maybe say, hey, why don't we, not get sweaty, but, do some jumping jacks outside. If it's too crazy, let's put on some music and do some cha-cha. I mean, suggest something silly. Be that person. Like the class clown. Okay? Not corny. Don't be corny. Just be that person. Keep the office atmosphere light. It's not the time or place, okay? Bless you. I wish you well. I hope things get better on the career front. Let's see if that energy changed. Ready? Okay. Let's see if that energy changed. Did I help you change your mind? Let's split the deck. Let's split the deck. Let's see what happens. The Magician. Manifest. You can do it. I trust it. Manifest a better atmosphere at work. Magician. Look it up online. You can do it. Manifest a better atmosphere. Say, I can do it. Now, am I consistently showing up? That's your card right off the top. Okay. Here's your oracle card. Ready? Let's see if any pop out. Yep. Here it is. Oh, it was this one. What can I do to make a difference? Wow. Please take a snapshot of that. I will turn it around. Take a screenshot. I know I said snapshot. Take a screenshot, please. and I will read it to you. What keeps you up at night? What makes you cringe when you think about it, such as every ounce of you screams no more? Where can you create purpose out of your pain? Today's soul action. Make a difference in someone's life today, big or small, because all of it makes a difference. If it's not you complaining, that person that's moaning and groaning, maybe take that person out. Say, hey, would you like to take a walk today? Don't make assumptions. Don't say, oh, this, oh, that. I notice you're complaining that'll just make the person self-conscious and close off even more. Maybe make a difference in someone's life. Maybe nearby there's like a nice lake. There's nothing that helps people channel better than a body of water. If someone's crying, don't sit there and make fun of them. Like, look, that person's crying. No. People are allowed to have emotions. We're human. Okay? I am the most self-conscious person. I don't like crying whatsoever. I am the most strong person. I was always the rock. Do you know, when I cried at my grandfather's funeral, everybody was shocked. It's a funeral. Why was I not allowed to cry? Why? Because I never showed a tear ever before. Because I was my mother's caregiver, and I never cried. Ever. That was the first time anybody saw me cry, even since I was a child. So, give people a break, guys. Let people be human, but stop complaining. It's not attractive. It's actually very annoying. And what you need to do is contribute to make a place a better place, right? How can we make the place better than you discovered it? Think about it. Maybe think of nice pet projects to do. It's the springtime. It was Earth Day recently. This is a timeless reading, but at the same time, you can always think of making places better. You have no plants in the office, maybe it's a new office. Maybe bring some plants in. If it's really a terrible atmosphere and you feel either bullied or used or whatever, guess what? Maybe it's time to move on to greener pastures. If you feel underpaid and overworked, go on different search engines for work. There are plenty out there. There's Indeed, LinkedIn, and is Monster still out there? There's so many different things. There's networking. Ask your friends, family. Ask different locations. Maybe you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Okay? So go in peace, my friends, with love and light. Bless you all, and thank you so much for being here. Please hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell button so that you can always know when I'm uploading a new reading. Thank you so much, and on to the next pile. Bye.